Hey y'all, what's up? I know majority of the time I always, come on here and with jokes, or at least I think they jokes. They make me laugh. Shit. But this one is gonna be this video is gonna be different because I can't be my authentic self if I'm not transparent with those that I'm trying to help. And from what I can understand, like, my little stupid ass pieces of knowledge really be helping people. So, and the people that follow and like tune in whenever I post, like, I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. It makes me feel better that I can relate how I feel and my life, and I can put that down and help somebody else. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you. What am I feeling? How can I can't exactly put it in words what I'm feeling or how I'm feeling because I'm not exactly sure. Like, these last couple months, man, it's been difficult for me because there's been a lot of external bullshit going on, and I brought it all internally. I brought it in my house, I brought it in my soul, I brought it in my mind, which is just bullshit. And it's been difficult for me to try to get out of that headspace. Say, like, the devil just they know your weaknesses. He or she, whatever it is, knows your weaknesses, and they try to pull that out and they try to use it against you. Baby, the devil been working. I hope that don't bother. See, I'm trying to do this shit professional like, and I got like ring lights and all that shit. So if you can see the reflection in my glasses, right? Make me feel all professional and shit. I do know that mentally, I was / kind of sorta is in a fog. I'm finna just lay this shit out. So I'm an advocate for therapy, and I've been going to therapy for the last couple months, almost like a year and a half, maybe, I can't remember. So when I would go and talk to my therapist, I would be like all over the place. I would have different flights of ideas because I didn't know where I was, and I knew where I was physically, but like mentally, I didn't know where I was. I didn't know where I stood, and it was difficult. It was hard, and I was watching myself mentally decline, and I didn't know how to handle it, and it was tough. I'll give you an example because I love examples. My therapist would ask like, what's going on with me, and I would tell him, and he would ask like, what, like, relationship with my friends or whatever, and I can answer all of those questions. I can answer how I felt about my friends, but when it came to me, I couldn't give a legitimate answer because I didn't know, and sometimes I still don't know how I feel about myself. I don't. One of the questions that I asked myself is what's going on with me to where I couldn't, like, that I don't feel anything about myself. Do I hate myself? No. Do I dislike myself? Sometimes. But I think that's normal, right? I feel like that's normal. Especially when you have, when you got mental shit going on, like depression and anxiety and all that shit. It's really not a joke, because if you suffer from depression like I do, and there could be tons of things happening around you, tons of negative outside forces, and it directly affects you, you begin to take on that negative emotion. And that's exactly what I did. I let the demons in. Let me tell you something. Y'all know I love fried chicken. So I'm gonna give a metaphor or a simile? Metaphor. Let's say the demons was feeding you fried chicken, right? And in that fried chicken, it was nothing but negative thoughts about yourself, right? Like, I mean, you're not that attractive, you're not that smart, you are a bad person, and all this other stuff. When you suffer from depression like I do, you begin to believe it. And eventually later on down the line, you believe it for so long, it begins to affect you, and it begins to affect your demeanor, your attitude towards yourself, and your attitude towards other people. And I have to be honest, that's exactly what happened. That is exactly what happened. For the people that watch this every time I post the video, again, thank you, because you the real MVP. If y'all notice, I hadn't posted a video in a couple months, and it was because I was so low mentally, and I couldn't, it wouldn't be right for me to get on here and tell you how to fix yours, or how to deal with what you're going through mentally, if I wasn't even dealing with this shit myself. That wouldn't be right. So, full transparency here. Although there were a handful of people who actually knew everything, which I appreciate. I love them so much, but it's difficult when you really feel like you ain't shit, and you have a good handful of people, and they tell you that you are, and how you feeling is not true. It's difficult. It's difficult to believe that you are something, or that you are worth something sometimes. I'm slowly beginning to realize, like, maybe I am a good person. Maybe I am worth something. So, and that's been a struggle too. Trying to realize that you are. You were here for a reason. Trying to realize that you are a good person, and trying to realize that the bullshit that you was being fed is pretty much just that, bullshit. A combination of what I was being told, and then how I felt, and my insecurities, all of that mixed together made me shut down. I shut completely down. And I hated it. I hated that feeling. And I hated that I let it get to that point to where I had to shut down, because it was affecting everything around me. It was affecting how my relationship with my friends, like the people that, the handful of people, the core people that actually been there. Like, it affected how I treated them, because I felt like they were lying to me.